when Bin Laden finally got it, he turned around, he said he asked the bartender for a drink, right? He wanted the Bin Laden. That's 2 shots and a splash of salt water. God love you. But for those of you who haven't met me, my name is Big Jim. I have no idea why they call me Big Jim. Okay? I'm actually the shortest of 4 boys. Okay? I have 3 brothers that are taller than me. It goes 6'7", 6'8", 6'9", 6'10". Okay? I couldn't beat my brothers in height, so I went with. I think I won that one. But I come from Plymouth, Massachusetts. That's where I grew up. And there's a nuclear power plant there called Pilgrim. And I think that's where we got all the height from, was because we got bottled water from the plant. But there's 2 extra side effects that really came along with living that close to a power plant. And that was, I can cook a hot pocket in 3 seconds. Feed a family of 5 in 15 seconds. But the other one was my girlfriend thinks I wear glow-in-the-dark condoms. It's really great to watch your eyes light up from the back. The other night we were out on the beach making love, and apparently a Coast Guard cutter mistook me making love to my girl for some kind of a signal coming off the beach. He called the signalman over. He says, "Sarah, what's that man saying?" "Who's your daddy?" But anyway, you know, I'm a rather large man. I'm 432 pounds.
Jesus Christ!
And I'm trying to lose weight because my girlfriend has been giving me these subtle hints lately. You know, she's kind of going roundabout. She doesn't want to hurt my feelings, so she's giving me these subtle hints. She's wrapping rags around my waist and asking me to turn around. And, you know, I said, "What was that all about?" She said, "Nothing, I just want to dust the living room." And the other night, my back was hurting me. I asked her, "Could you please give me a back rub?" She said, "You got to be more specific. I need latitude and longitude." You know, but I got out of the shower last night, and I for the first time, couldn't really reach all the way around the back. And I asked her to drive me off. She looked back there. She said, "I'm going to need the GPS for this one." But the real giveaway that she's trying to get me to lose weight was the last time we made love. She came to bed wearing mountain climbing gear. And then she complained that the air was too thin on top. So I've been trying to lose weight. But unfortunately, you know, not before I had to go and buy a new wardrobe. I've kind of outgrown my clothes. My Fruit of the Looms now have to have all 4 food groups. Okay. My Levi Strauss is Levi Stressed. My 501 blues are actually 1002 black and blues. And I get these shoes from Walmart, you know, the cheap ones here, the starter brand. Well, they're finished. But growing up, people always ask me, you know, how did your parents feed you? Right? The standard answer, pitchfork and a shovel, and they kept the distance to save their limbs. But actually, my dad worked for the town dump. You know, he worked there for 8 years, and he always brought his work home with him. So fortunately, thank God for McDonald's, Burger King, Wendy's. You know, we had, you know, really healthy eating habits growing up. But growing up, my brother John is the exact opposite of me. He's the tallest one. He's 6'10", but he's like this. You know, like Tim was, real thin. Can eat more than I can, and stay as thin as a twig. You know, I mean, I would get sick looking at how many times. Well, he turned around and I tracked it back, and I found out what happened. It's actually my brother Joe and my fault that my brother John is that way. You see, when we were growing up, we all had to share the same room. When John was in his crib, I would turn around and tie the sheet around my brother Joe and throw him over like he was Tom Cruise in Mission Impossible, hang him down until he got the bottle. Whenever there was juice, or orange juice, apple juice, any kind of juice in there, my brother John never saw a drop. You know, I pulled my brother Joe back like I was calling in a marlin. Turned around and when we were growing up, my brother John and my brother Joe had their appetites, and they had their best friend, right, another man named Tim. This was a special needs guy, though. He was 21 years old, but he was the same age level mentally as them. They would go over to his house. They would turn around and stand there while he was having his lunch. His mother would make lunch for the man. He would turn around. They'd be like, "Wow, what's that? What's he having?" And she'd be like, you have that. Go home, get your own lunch. Right? He says, "No, we never. What is that? We never had peanut butter and jelly." Right? And the way they ate, she believed them. They would come home with half loaves of bread, jars of jelly, and peanut butter. Right? My mother would send it back. Well, this woman, I mean, God bless her heart, was in the right place. She just didn't understand. And she called the DSS people on us. I happened to be home the day the guy showed up. I was sick. I was upstairs and I heard my mother call me downstairs. And the only thing I remember about it was I walked out into the dining room and my mother points right at me and goes, "Does he look like he doesn't eat?" Mom, you built it. Speaking of built, most guys want to have a six-pack ab. You know? Some will even own up to a keg. I'm building a bar. I'll tell you what, I want to do one thing. I want to go down Bike Week. I want to go down to Main Street, walk into a bar and pick out the toughest man in the bar. The man who doesn't know who I am, doesn't know I'm a comedian. Right? Walk up to him. I want to come up hard. I'm going to like, "I'm going to look at that move. I'm going to look at that move. Would you please stand up and make sure I'm about to wet myself?" I love doing that voice. I'll tell you what, it's so much fun at a kid's birthday party to walk around for an hour with a helium balloon in my hand going, "I'm okay, I'm fine, do not call 911, 25 pounds, I was rolled down, police call County Police, I'm the only ones with the equipment to pick up my fat ass." I actually did that for karaoke one night. There was a woman sitting right here drunk, right? I was doing the Witch Doctor song, for those of you who know it, right? With the voice. And she was singing the whole time louder than I was singing. "He's lip syncing! He's you're supposed to lip sync! You're supposed to sing a song!" Well, when I got off the stage, I walked right up to her and I said, "No, this is my music. I was only using a stage one. Thank you." Anyway, one more thing about me losing weight. My doctor had turned around and had recommended that I start using some exercise programs, you know, some low-impact ones. She wanted me to do yoga. Do yoga. Doing yoga with the whole different. No, I could picture that, you know, like, "Ooh, force is strong in you. Harder you must be, faster you must go. Come in my ass, I rip your head off, I will." This wouldn't be right. Anyway, there's a lot of other comedians coming up, and I'm going to turn around and turn the mic back over to Jim. I hope you're having a good time. That's what we're here for.
Wait a minute. Did you just end on an anal sex joke? I think he did, right there. What would the evening be, Mona, without an anal sex joke from a guy who's 6'7" and 400 pounds? Give a gun for Big Jim Tripp!